Hey guys, good morning or rather good afternoon. But that's the first thing that I'm doing in the day as far as work starting. This is a chapter. So we're left with 8 chapters in the book, and this is a chapter on positivity. Now, I can't emphasize enough, and nobody should have to emphasize enough how important positivity is. But I mean, the ironical thing about positivity is that people who are the most negative, they denigrate it the most. The people who are the most negative, they say positivity is shit and nobody needs it. And that just makes sense because they are negative, and it just makes sense that they don't respect positivity, right? That's where we are today. This chapter is called Positivity is Indispensable. Now, these things are like cliches in society now. Positivity, optimism are cliches. Like people say, don't talk about cliches. It's a cliche, right? It's a cliche to say, be positive. It's a cliche to say that. But then we are living in a world right now where everybody's talking about depression at the same time. We're living in a world right now that people committing suicides, that people who are just sad in spite of having so much in life, and at the same time they also say that being positive is a cliche which should not be repeated. It's bizarre, right? It's just stupid to say that positivity is a cliche and you should not say it when the world is full of negativity. It's bizarre. So even if it's a cliche, I always say that that some cliches are good. Some cliches are so good that they should be repeated over and over and over again. And in fact, cliches become cliches because they are repeated over and over and over again because they are just worth repeating. I mean, people who denigrate or disrespect these cliches, they're stupid because one, they're negative. They are the ones who need those cliches the most. Alright, so the chapter is called Positivity is Indispensable. The chapter is called Positivity is Indispensable. Do you feel positive about your life or do you not? I find it strange that so many of us are so focused on the negatives that we fail to realize that life is a gift that we did not earn. This is something I say it all the time. This is something I say all the time, and it is so important in 2021 because so many people lost so much in 2020. We did not earn life. We did not earn life. I did not earn life. You did not earn life either. None of us really earned life. We got it as a gift from nature. Like your parents met. You did not ask them to meet and mate, and you were born, right? So we did not really earn life. None of us earn life. So we can never be in the negative bank account of our lives. We just can't be. We just can't ever be. So if it's a P&L of your life, you should always focus on P&L of your life. And there's a P&L of your life. You can never be in the negative because life was free. Life was a gift. Life was free. And that's something that so many people don't realize. It was just free given to us. There's so much that we should be thankful for. There's sunshine right here as I speak, and I need to buy a new tripod so that I can just sit anywhere I want and record videos, which I will buy, right? And but there's just so much to be thankful for, so much to be grateful for. Life is free. Even if you have nothing else to be thankful for, life is free. The fact that you're alive, the fact that you're conscious, and the fact that you can even think about all the things that you don't have is because you're alive. It's stupid to not be thankful for life, right? So I find it strange that many of us are so focused on the negatives that we fail to realize that life is a gift that we did not earn. We did not earn life. It was given to us. What is there to feel low about? As long as we are alive, how much can we lose? All of you reading this have the benefit of good quality education, food, roof over your head, air conditioning and whatnot. And still, many of us feel dull and morose about our lives on such a consistent basis. How did we reach here? What went wrong? We just finished the chapter on comparisons, and that chapter is actually the answer to why a lot of people feel dull and morose. We're all given a certain share of life. We're all given a certain share of happiness. We're all given a certain share of everything, right? And in case we focus on that share, we can actually grow it. We can only grow in life if we focus on what we have. We can't grow in life if we continue incessantly to focus on what we don't have. That is the reason most people in the world are not happy. That is the reason the most people in the world will never be happy, because no matter how much life gives them, they'll constantly be looking at what they don't have. At this point in the world, it is a difficult year. 2020 was perhaps the most difficult year in the history of the world, and in spite of that, I saw this doctor holding a poster. It was shared on LinkedIn, and the poster said, "If you're still here, 2020 wasn't that bad." Which made a lot of sense, because 2 million people almost had lost their lives because of COVID. I mean, there were people who died because of whatever other reasons that people die of every year anyway. But beyond that, 2 million people died of COVID, a new disease that came out of nowhere and took away lives of 2 million people. So if you're still here, 2020 wasn't that bad, right? So, but the fact is, if people continue to compare, continue to look at negatives of life, there's no way they can be happy, and that's the reason most people will never be happy, because they just can't change their mental attitude. It is all about attitude. It is happiness is a lot about attitude. I spoke about the Banjaras, the Aboriginals, on across the street, and I'm hopefully at some point I'll talk to them. Cool. So where are we? As long as we are alive, how much can we lose? All of you reading this have the benefit of good quality education, food, a roof over our head, air conditioning, and whatnot. And still, so many of us feel dull and morose about our lives on such a consistent basis. How did we reach here? What went wrong? I believe there is a pessimism and negativity epidemic which has taken us over. People who are not looking at what they have and then constantly looking at what they don't have. Optimism, as per dictionary, is a disposition to look on the favorable side of events. Optimism is a disposition to look on the favorable side of events or conditions. This is a respectable definition. It is an ability to look at the favorable side of events. So no matter what happens, anything that happens has a favorable, has a negative side. All right, and optimism, according to dictionary, is a disposition to look at the favorable side of events. This is a respectable definition. However, I think optimism is even beyond this. Optimism is the ability to look at life and be grateful for the blessings we've been given. Optimism is the ability to believe that if you are on the right path, sooner or later you will reach. Optimism is the ability to believe that if you're on the right path, sooner or later you will reach. Optimism is the ability to not allow yourself be defeated by life. Optimism is the ability to not allow yourself be defeated by life. Life can be really testing at times, and I've had several occasions in my short life so far. It's not short anymore. I'm turning 40 this year. So even if it's 100 years I'm gonna live, I've lived 40% of my life. Life can be really testing at times. I've had several occasions in my short life so far where I felt everything was over and there was no hope for the circumstances to improve. But in every case, I kept trying and trying and trying. Eventually, circumstances did improve. Even right now, there are days when I feel despondent, and I tell myself, if I went through that, I can go through this too. Optimism is like a muscle. Optimism is like a muscle. You and I need to work on it every day. We need to remind ourselves that things do get better than they currently are, and things are fine even now. No matter who you are, you have a situation in life. No matter who you are, you have a situation in life. Now you can look at the situation in multiple ways. You can see the glass half full or half empty. Not just that, if you are in an awfully negative state of mind, you can choose to believe that the glass will blast and the particles will tear your body apart. And that's what a lot of people do. This is an amazing metaphor, right? If you are in a negative state of mind, you can choose to believe that the glass will blast and the particles will tear your body apart. It's an amazing metaphor for the kind of thinking a lot of people have. No matter what happens, they look at the negative and they amplify the negative to an extent that it makes them feel horrific about whatever the situation is. I mean, that amount of negativity is not even there in their lives, but they amplify whatever is there to a level where they feel that life is so horrible, right? So this metaphor is from them. If you're in all full negative state of mind, you choose to believe that the glass will blast and the particles will tear your body apart. If you are in a passive state of mind, you might say, oh, what if the glass is full? Let me fill it up. That was a joke, but you get it? You have the ability to believe whatever you would like to believe about your life. Whatever you would like to believe about it. It's cool. So I think that's where we'll stop here. I think this is a decent start to the chapter on optimism and positivity. How do we end this? So I obviously the chapter hasn't ended so far, but I just want to say that optimism is an ability. Optimism is one of the most important attitudes that we carry in our lives. And if you have optimism, if you are optimistic, if you pursue, if you nurture optimism, you can fight out some of the most difficult situations in your life, give them some sort of a positive outlook, and just move on. You see what positivity does to our minds. It allows us to carry on, right? And that's so important to carry on. Like if it's important to carry on in our lives, we can't move without being positive. Negativity shreds our emotions, makes us feel that life is not worth living. Why would we choose negativity? Even negativity, if positivity is an assumption, even negativity is an assumption. It's a way to look at life, and I urge you to look at life positively. All right, thanks for watching. I have another video to record. Actually 2 more videos to record right now. So stay subscribed. My idea is to help you find positivity, a positive mental attitude, and I'm trying to make you happy. That is my goal. I'm trying to help you find happiness, and in the process I do help myself find happiness. It's like me talking to me and trying to be happy in the process. It's a worthy effort. I think this channel is a worthy effort. All right, bye.